On the undercard, aside from Charlo, who you made me aware of, and they look awesome, Britton Harden and Robert Exel are here as well. Alfredo Angulo, who is possibly one of the most intriguing stories, obviously not in the best way possible. He was in jail for 7 months because his visa expired. The warden said to him that they're going to throw the key away and he's never going to get out. Yeah. He obviously did. He came back. I believe it was on the Josecito Ortiz undercard. No, the Amir Khan undercard. No, correct me. Which one? I thought it was at Staples.
Mahrez. It was at the Abner Mahrez.
Okay, so it was at Staples Center.
Yeah,
okay.
It was at the Staples Center.
It was at the Staples Center. So you saw it. He knocked out a no-name. However, it was a
45 seconds.
It was a good performance in the first round.
Absolutely.
And now he's making another big fight. His last one went 12 rounds. He won a unanimous decision. However, this is possibly his toughest test to date, aside from James Kirkland. He's fighting Erislandy Lara, who is a solid fighter, trains in Houston, from Cuba. A lot of these Cuban fighters are tough. Now, he has been jobbed out of 3 decisions in my okay, you agree.
He's the tough luck kid.
He is, isn't he?
Yeah, Lara reminds me of that kid that you never wanted to pick on your basketball team because you just knew that, you know, he's like the kid that always got picked last for any sport because he's just bad luck. You just keep him away from him for whatever reason.
So you stay away from him?
Yeah, man. I mean, even when he tries to do the right thing, he tries to box.
And he does do the right thing.
He boxes and he gets a draw. He just beat the crap out of Paul Williams and lost that fight.
Overhand left over overhand left.
Oh, man. And, you know, so he's just the tough luck kid in boxing. He can't get a credible victory to save his life. And I think that, you know, he's about due for a big one.
How can Angulo actually win this fight, Robert? Because he's fighting against a guy who is very technical. Granted, a lot of people have said that he's boring and what have you. If you like the sweet science, though, then you certainly like Lara. So how can Angulo possibly get to a guy who is more slick, seems quicker than he is?
It's not going to be easy. As you say, I mean, Lara is an exemplary boxer. People accuse him of being boring. There's a lot of boxers who can box as being boring, but he's not. I mean, he's slick, he's technical, he uses the ring beautifully. It's going to be a really, really rough night for Angulo, I'm afraid. Much though I like Angulo, love his backstory, has put up some really great performances, but he is, as tough as he is, in some ways he's also as limited, and I'm afraid that those limitations are going to get exposed by Lara, as he's exposed many other people, and he's going to walk away with the win.
Okay, so you're already tipping your hand there, Robert. Thank you very much. We're not going to get to the decision now anymore. No, I'm kidding. So for you, Britton, Angulo is now with Virgil Hunter, who they have worked together. This is going to be their 3rd consecutive fight. Does that make a difference with Angulo, or do you think his conditioning is there now? Is his boxing ability back, or is it just not going to come
back? I think that it always makes a difference when you have a world-class trainer in your corner that can see things and point out flaws that weren't always pointed out before. Virgil Hunter is the master of getting his fighters in a position, or training their minds, put yourself in a position where you can hit and not be hit. I think that that's a good strategy for Angulo. Also, I know that I've been made aware that he's been taking Tai Chi, which is about utilizing angles to hit your opponent where they can't touch you. So he's taken the precautions to win this fight and to be a greater fighter than he was before. But I think that he's just overmatched in this fight. I think he's going to get
too slow.
Yeah, I think he's too slow, and he's not dynamic enough to deal with Lara.
So does he have to get in on Lara somehow? Does he have to get in close and sort of rough him up?
Yeah, he's really going to have to use angles. He's going to have to keep his hands up. He's going to have to use the Mike Tyson slip and, you know, go under and come up with those hooks and those uppercuts. But I don't think he's fast enough to do that against, you know, someone as dynamic as Lara. And Lara uses the Philly shell defense as well. So he's pretty sound defensively.
Robert, is this the typical, you know, boxer versus puncher matchup that you see?
In a sense, yes, it is. But Lara is a spoiler. He has a way of sort of really, if not ruining careers, certainly ruining reputations. And Angulo's got an amazing reputation. He's put up some really good fights, but he struggled in his last fight with Silva. Again, having a new cornerman is going to make a difference, but I'm afraid that when you come down to it, Angulo is Angulo. We are bound by our physical constraints. he can be trained to within an inch of his life, but his physical gifts and his physical limitations, I think, are going to determine who the winner is when they fight.
All right, so very quickly before we get out of here, Robert, I believe you said Erislandy Lara is going to win this fight. How exactly is he going to do it?
I'm assuming by decision over 12.
Okay, Britton.
Decision over 12.
All right, I say decision as well. Unfortunately, we are all in agreement again, providing much great conversation, yet always coming to the same result. Robert Exel, the editor-in-chief of boxing.com. Follow him on Twitter at boxing_com. Follow his writing, www.boxing.com. If you didn't catch all that, links are in the description below. All of Britton's information is also going to be in the description below, so I don't mix up your Instagram and your Twitter and your Facebook and your Tumblr and your MySpace and all that stuff. So check out all their information in the description. Thanks for watching.